Peace. It's the Hood Mystic once again. And right now we are going to do this week in astrology. I'm going to talk about last week because I wasn't able to do a video last week based on the transit. So I'm going to touch on last week and the things that I wanted to say. Because I really broke my mic and lost my phone, and it was a crazy week, but I'm going to get into that. Um, but generally what we try to do with these weeks in astrology is awaken you to the archetypal movement during the week ahead. The purpose is to make you aware of the energy that's available astrologically for the purpose of spiritual and personal development. Uh, it's a lot going on in the world, and a representation of that is that there's a lot going on astrologically. Let me make sure my mic is right and we can go with this build. Alright, everything's together. So last week we were dealing, and even now we're dealing with the Sun opposed Saturn. It was a zone. The Sun is in Gemini, Saturn is in Sagittarius, and these are the different manifestations of the same energy. Sun in Gemini is a masculine energy. Saturn in Sagittarius is masculine, but Gemini is air and Sagittarius is fire. So if you are a fire, your fire needs boundaries for it to be potent. If it doesn't have boundaries, it's a wildfire. So when you think about certain Sagittariuses, if that Sagittarius doesn't have boundaries and limits, then they're kind of just all over the place, causing destruction and causing confusion. Now, Saturn is in Sagittarius, and that's good for us because Saturn is actually a fire that is kindled, a fire that is focused. Thus, a lot of us don't want to deal with boundaries. A lot of us don't want to deal with our energy being stifled. But if you think about anything worth having, you have to have a level of discipline, a level of limits of what you will and what you will not do. Understanding the law of polarity will help you understand this transit. All truths are just half truths, and so all paradoxes must be reconciled. And so once you understand that your goal is to balance these energies, then you can kind of understand what was going on last week. Last week, we dealt with the Sun in Gemini, which is air, which could be actually wind. So when that wind hits, that Sagittarius, it kind of knocks you off your rocker a little bit. But if you're focused and you know your goals and you know your purpose, it won't completely blow out your flame. It actually strengthens your flame because the thing that fire needs is air to function. So it was a powerful time, and I'm happy that I experienced what I experienced because it's making me be more on top of my shit. I've learned a lot through difficulties, and last week was an extremely difficult week, but I didn't get thrown off my rocker. So I'm fortunate that I can understand this, and I wanted to talk about it last week. I just couldn't. But on a deeper level, Sun in Gemini is a local energy. Saturn in Sagittarius is a inevitable energy. So where we are locally and where we are trying to go are one and the same. So understanding that center point, understanding that inner guide is really what's going to help us when we go through certain things in life. So we must understand that life is an ongoing journey like a river. So it really makes no sense to cling on to a particular area along the river, let's say a rock. We generally have to let go and really become fluid and liquid and just go with the flow and understand the energy is guiding us to our ocean or to our body of water. And an ocean is represented metaphysically as God, and the cup is our body. So once we enter into that river and go with the flow, we are on the path to the ocean. We are on the path to our God self. The tarot card that brings about this energy is the Lover's card. Understanding the Lover's card, um, it's meaning that we need to be honest. We need to be in our truth. Like yesterday, we were talking about, not yesterday, but last week we were talking about the yin and yang energy because the full moon fell on the 6-9, which is Cancer, which we're going to talk about that later. But really understanding that there's positives in every negative and there's negatives in every positive. So the Lover card really represents this. Apart from this, is actually peaceful when peace is established when we incorporate negatives and positives and understanding the contradictions of our lives and understanding that the solution is always diplomacy instead of war. A lot of times we have contradictions and we want to fight and we want to have some type of resistance towards differences. But the Lovers is saying those differences can be incorporated. So again, with this transit, understanding this sun opposing Saturn is it was a doozy. But hopefully you receive some level of enlightenment. Moving forward, the next day, Neptune went retrograde and Neptune was conjunct the moon. So the moon actually rules Neptune. So it's all about letting go. Just like the sun and sun opposed Saturn was about letting go and going with the flow, Neptune was another. So the June 15th was crazy. June 16th was even crazier, and I dealt with a lot of things. And it was a point that I really wanted to cope and heal myself, but it was difficult to get to that level. And I didn't escape. I just had to deal with it and make proper moves. Understanding that Neptune being conjunct the moon is a level of intuition, a level of knowing, and physically being in an unknown area, an unknown place, but you knowing deep within where you're trying to go is how we get past this level of unknownness and not really knowing where we're going and knowing left from right. And really where we're going is much different from where we're at. This is energy. A lot of my astrology updates are based upon the solar eclipse that's happening August 21st. And so this time is now prepping us for that solar eclipse that's happening August 21st. It's a powerful time for the individual. I cannot stress that enough. So, what are we individually doing? So, moving forward again, we're going to talk about the summer solstice. Looking ahead to later on this week, Wednesday, June 21st, the sun enters Cancer, which signals every year the summer solstice. The sun entering Cancer, which the sun represents the identity, the sun represents you. So the sun entering Cancer, highlighting is home, security, and family. Now, the sun will be conjunct Mercury, so your state of mind will be the theme for these summer months because your state of mind is going to be so important because there are so many distractions now that is unhealthy for you to be dealing with these distractions. The only thing that's important is your individual self and your individual life. Your individual life may not be conducive, it may not be a part of everybody else's life. So your story may be completely different from people's stories around you, but understanding this, what's important to you is your home life, your family life, and your personal security. And your mental health is going to be key because you do not want to be distracted. Mercury is squaring Uranus, so when Mercury dealing with your mind, dealing with your communication is squaring Uranus. Uranus is the planet of individuality. Thus, it is always a prep for this solar eclipse that's happening August 21st. So, the question will be, are you channeling your divine source, your divine mind, or you're channeling your thoughts based upon what you see, based upon your distractions? Now, a lot of people are ready to make moves based on what they see, based on what the media is perpetuating, and honestly, the things that you see are quite misleading. Where you are going and where you are at are two different places. So, understanding that moving forward this summer and really about building your foundation, building your home life, and really making those changes. We all desire a better life. No matter what life you're leading now, if you don't require a better life or seek out a better life, then inevitably you will be leading into a worse life. And that's just the way life is. We all need to be moving forward and we need to be striving for better. Okay, moving forward, we are talking about this new moon energy. That's the title of the video. This is a big deal. Friday, June 23rd, around 10:23 p.m. The new moon is going to be in Cancer, conjunct the Sun, conjunct Mercury, and conjunct Mars. Every new moon is when the moon is conjunct the Sun. So now it's called the stellium when you have four planets in one sign, and that's what we are dealing with. We have the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, and the Mars all together in Cancer, all empowering your energy in the realm of home, family, and security. So now is a powerful time to set intentions, to really use that divine mind, really use your intuition, use your vision to bring about the life that you would like to lead. This is a powerful time for setting intentions. Every new moon is a powerful time for setting intentions. So in each sign, there's a different realm that it governs. And so this time is the time for family, the time for home, and the time for security. I know personally I'm dealing with this energy, really trying to understand it, because me and my family are planning on moving, and we have some wonderful opportunities. And it honestly, it's a little scary because part of me feels as though I don't deserve something so nice. But that's something that I have to deal with. That's something that I have to fully understand and really move forward because it's truly what I truly do want, and it's part of me letting go of that fear. Hopefully, you can find yourself in that statement. So, if we are now combining the summer solstice energy and this new moon energy, then we can really see that it's a powerful time for us to really start to plan and really start to move forward with our ideas and our ways to empower our lives. So ultimately, we can project our energy, we can mold our lives to our desires. This is a stellium, so this is a grouping of multiple energies. So you have Mercury, the energy of the mind, and then we have Mars, the energy of war, but not war as in fighting, just the energy, that masculine energy of getting shit done. So now, let's see how we can start to channel our divine thoughts, start to speak our truths, and really get things accomplished. This is definitely a time to start to put in your plans, your works, your projects. If you are thinking about doing something, this is definitely a go time. This is not a time of retrogrades, not like retrogrades like Mercury retrogrades where you have to put things on hold and things are disruptive. this is a definite time where things are supportive of your plans and your projects. So really take this time to really go ahead. Also, understand, research the energy of prosperity. Understand what prosperity is, because a lot of people don't understand what prosperity is. Prosperity comes in different forms. You can have spiritual prosperity, financial prosperity, material prosperity. You can have love prosperity. You can have an abundance of lovers. So really understanding this particular energy moving forward, that is the energy that is available to us, if we want to channel it and tap into it. So yeah, the energy of prosperity. Also, finishing up, we are entering into unknown terrain, and that's why the distractions are so high, because it's easy to strike up fear when you have unknown situations. And these could be good situations. You could be dealing with the new lover. Me personally, I'm dealing with a home, but a new job. I'm also going into a new employment. So a lot of that, it brings about a natural fear because it's unknown. But understanding the energy, understanding that I am being supported, is important for me, and I feel that it's important for all of us to connect to our divine mind and really accept these gifts that are being bestowed upon us. Accept it, because life isn't all about what happens to us in a negative way. Life can We can have good things, but be so scared that that good thing is in our mind received as a negative thing. So ultimately, the overall theme heading into the summer is the individual, and where are you going to live? How are you going to provide? Because the moon is a nurturing energy. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So the moon is exalted in Cancer. So this is like a double whammy. So it's, how are you providing for your family? How are you living in the lap of luxury and really enjoying your existence on this planet? Really tapping into the energy of prosperity, man. So I just really wanted to do a quick video for the blog. You can actually read if you don't like to listen to my voice. The blog is actually posted now. The video will be added later. But basically, I just wanted to touch bases with y'all, and really keep this thing consistent. So with that being said, I'm signing out. This is the week in astrology. New moon in Cancer is happening Friday night, so have those intentions ready. Summer solstice is Wednesday, so have your summer solstice rituals ready. Like, let's really embrace this energy. Let's not let this energy blindside us. And if you are in an unknown situation, be guided by your divine self. Be guided by your divine mind. Do not be afraid. Learn to go with the flow. Learn to accept gifts. If you're looking for a reading, you know how to contact me. I'm on Facebook, El Melchizedek, or you can email me, hoodmystic@gmail.com. Donations, whether it's $1 donation, whether it's $1,000 donation, those can be received at hoodmystic@gmail.com. With that, I'm just signing out. I just really wanted to touch bases with this energy. And thanks for listening. I hope everybody has a great night, and peace.